Hey, hey, hey. All right. So I was supposed to go live at 1 o'clock, which was about 45 minutes ago. And I was busy with a project and I totally overlooked. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about um, digital sphere of influence. Now, in the, let's say local space, or if you're in a um, physical meeting, your sphere of influence are the people that you know. But in the digital, right, the way that I claim that or coined that term, digital sphere of influence, um, it's really looking at from a point of view from SEOs as well as all the connections that you have. And so, how do you uh, you know, keep connected with those people out there. And the fundamental things, I think, I was actually speaking with somebody this morning, and as a real estate agent, and basically, she had multiple businesses, but really doesn't have any system or way to keep in touch with I asked her how many contacts do you have in our cell phone, and she said close to 5,000. I probably have about 1,600 people in my contacts in my cell phone. But so how do you keep in touch with them, right? And we're not talking about keeping in touch with them where you're, bombarding them with sales message and stuff like that. Really keeping in touch with them and basically whether you know pushing out content which are relevant to them, right? And I think it goes back to the fundamental of, going back to email. Um, and nowadays, so many people are bombarded with emails, but at the end of the day, if I get emails from so many people, but if I want to continue receiving emails from somebody that I trust and that I like, then I will basically keep subscribe and not unsubscribe. And so one of the things that we do with, let me give you a scenario. I guess that's the best way that I could explain it is um, um, I've tried so many different ways of, um, when I push out content through social media, I don't, I look at it from a point of view of how can I push out content where I'm not just doing this as a one time, but it will have some continuous residual benefit, right? And so the way that I look at it is, local SEO is that component. And then how do I combine that with pushing out video content where uh, it can be used on an ongoing basis? And so the way that we developed this specific service that we do for a customer is it came around. I've tried it before where I tried to take videos of our clients, but it was really hard because I'm not a videographer, first of all. So we've teamed up with a company called C Sharp Video Productions. And so basically what they do is they have a client they um, that we recently, not recently, been working for about a year. And so let me see if I can share my screen and see if that's, let's see, video screen. Let's see here. And I'm going to share the entire screen. Let me see here. So, um, how does this relate to digital sphere of influence? So if you are, let me see if I can, all right, so here we are. So let me see if I can just push myself to the side. There we go. So this is what would look this is a local search grid, right? And so what that means is that when somebody's searching, this is where this is a specific realtor in Milpitas, and so this is her sphere of influence as it relates to when somebody's searching for Milpitas realtor. And so the green means that she's ranking in the top three, and the rest is four and above. Now, Um, the way that I look at the sphere of influence is that whenever we are doing local SEO, we are trying to expand her sphere um, digitally, right, on for local SEO. Now, what we have done with this specific realtor is that she's a videographer, and so she would share with me a video, which is she records. Um, um, in this case, I think she's recording it a bunch of videos, and she's releasing them. Um, Actually, for this specific agent, I think she does a recording on a weekly basis. So she would send us an unedited video, and then we would go ahead and edit this video, right? And the main thing for here, for what we're trying to do is we're trying to push out content to her contacts, right? So not only are we using this video uh, for SEO purposes to push out on YouTube, because as you know, you may or may not know, number one search engine is Google, and number two is YouTube, right? So we're pushing out content on YouTube, not for to get subscribers, but we're trying to, gain YouTube's and Google's favor for SEO juice, right? And so what we do is we edit this video and we create the necessary edits, include B-rolls, to make the video as best edited as possible. And so we have in here the edited version here, and so that's the edited version right here, right? And so we also have create thumbnails here, as you can see in her YouTube channel here. So as you can see, we've kind of made her thumbnails better as we go along. So with this specific customer, client, we've actually optimized, of course, her Google business profile and everything else. And now we're focusing on increasing her YouTube presence a little bit. We're not trying to gain subscribers. Ultimately, we're using it to better her SEO. Okay. And so what we do is we take that video, right? And because ultimately what we're trying to do is grow her sphere of influence, right? So what we're doing is we're pushing this video out to her email database. And so what we do in this specific instance is we'll send an email out. So what we'll do is we'll create an email campaign here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll clone this to show you basically what we do here. Is that I'll clone this, right? Because this was the email that was sent out to her database. Let's see, currently let's look at their stats. 562. So basically, it's not a big list, but we're sending it out just because if you think about it, for her, a typical house probably in Milpitas is over average probably $1 million, right? So all you need is one deal, right? So to make this worthwhile, right? And so she captures all of her contacts in from any traffic that comes in from her website, from her phone calls, and we'll capture it in the database, right? And then every week she'll send out an email. The goal is, you know, to keep in front of people's mind that she's active and she's basically there, right? So number one, sending out emails, and then what we do. Let me just show you what the email looks like. Okay, so let me click on this. So what we do also is when we take that video, we basically transcribe the video, right? So um, at this point, the easiest thing for us to do is transcribe the video. We thought about making it into, putting into some sort of a format summarizing the video, but the fastest thing that we can do is transcribe it. And then, and we also put the transcription on the video itself as well, right? Um, we may go into possibly summarizing the video, but at this time, it's just because all this stuff takes time, effort, um, and so what we do is we push out this email to her sphere influence, right, which is her email database. And so basically, the email goes out, and then thereafter, the video goes out to her. We syndicate it out to her Google Business profile. We syndicate it, push it out to her Facebook page. We also push it out to Instagram. Now, right now, I'm not happy with the results of what we're doing with Instagram, so I may change that. But for now, we all we do is when we do this on a weekly basis, we try to make incremental changes, incremental things to better our process and better our production. And so, um, what basically, from what I'm saying here, how do you let me see how this works. Look, okay, so I remove this. So how do we, grow our digital sphere of influence? And I think in everything that we do, it's about consistency. And so this realtor does it on a weekly basis, right? It takes a lot of effort. It takes in terms, I mean, she has to hire a videographer, in this case, C Sharp, Christine over at C Sharp. I'll put a mention of who she is, her information. If you're interested, she does nationally across, and she didn't ask me to refer her, but hey, I'm mentioning it because she does great work. She helps you with messaging. So if you're looking for a videographer, um, Christine over at C Sharp video, okay, and I'll put her link below. And so, as I was saying, how do you grow your digital sphere of influence, right? Because I'm looking at it from a perspective of doing this one video editing or video production. How do we repurpose it and create content that can be possibly viewed later on? And so we're looking at local SEO from a perspective of using Google Business Profile. And then number two is we're looking at posting it on YouTube so that somebody can see it in the future. And then pushing it out to all social media platforms out there, right? Possibly TikTok, but um, we haven't entertained that yet. So, um, but in any case, that is what I wanted to share on today's live. If this is something that you think that you want to implement in your business, I'll just tell you this is not for everybody. Um, you know, does cost there is cost involved because there's videography, there is we're doing local SEO and all that stuff. And so but if it's something that you want to do, or you want to potentially look at possibly doing some of the things, by all means, give me a call. I'll put a link to schedule a strategy session. So I love to connect with you and see how we can implement this for your business. All right. But I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. My goal is to try to do a weekly not weekly, daily live every single day. That is my goal. I'm going to try to see if I'm not, that's my goal. I'm not committing to it yet because it is, yeah, like today, I totally missed it because I was busy working on a project. But anyway, that is my goal. And until then, until hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye now.